Welcome to Experience Oldsmar, a podcast created by and for those who love this special place. I'm your host, Deb Vitrelli, broadcasting from the top of Tampa Bay in beautiful downtown Oldsmar. It seems appropriate we would invite Oldsmar's Fire Chief, Jason Schwabe, to join us today to help celebrate EMS Week, celebrated this year from May 16th to the 22nd. Jason began his firefighting career in 1999 when he worked as a paramedic with Sunstar. He joined the Oldsmar Fire Department in 2001. He was promoted to acting lieutenant in 2004, lieutenant in 2013, and hired as chief in August of 2019. Welcome, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. So EMS Week began in 1974 when U.S. President Gerald Ford authorized a week to celebrate EMS personnel and the important work they do in our community. This is the 46th year of such recognition. This year's theme is This is EMS, Caring for Our Communities. So what makes this special week for Oldsmar?
Well, I think our people really make it special.
Amen.
You know, we have some amazing firefighters serving our community that are also cross-trained as EMTs and paramedics. And, I think one of the things that this pandemic really highlighted early on was their ability to adapt while in harm's way. We had a disease that we were still really learning about that required us to change the way we respond. And our people did a fantastic job of accepting that responsibility. So, I'm proud to be affiliated with them, and I think they're more than well deserving of the recognition for this week.
And then some, all year, in my opinion.
Yes, thank you.
So let's go back to what you just talked about. So when they were on calls, were they in hazmat suits? Were they, did they look like a sci-fi character?
Yeah. So, they, certainly, like I said, especially early on, we didn't really know a lot about the disease and had to make sure that they were protected in the community and really had to cover themselves in personal protection equipment from head to toe. Yeah. And it's not something we're accustomed to doing for every call. So
no doubt.
Imagine in the Florida heat, how uncomfortable that could be. And I think they did a great job in adapting to it.
I concur, and I thank them for their service. So I myself received my AED CPR training and actually passed it. So does Oldsmar's Fire Department offer training to celebrate National EMS Week?
We do.
Oh, tell us about it.
Yeah, so we feel it's important to have a community trained in CPR. There's a saying in the EMS world that time is muscle. That's meant to illustrate the importance of oxygenating the heart. Mm-hmm. The longer your heart doesn't pump adequately, the more heart muscle dies. So early CPR is important. And therefore, as part of EMS Week, we do offer a family and friend CPR course every year. It's a 2.5-hour course that teaches basic CPR and choking procedures, techniques for adults and children using the American Heart Association's video-based practice while watching format. Okay. So you get to practice it as you're learning. So
Pump along, huh?
Yeah. So, this course is kind of a basic course, doesn't come with a book or certification, just something to kind of get some information out to the public. We are holding it this year, Saturday, May 22nd.
Oh, good.
From 9 to noon at the fire station. So if you are interested, you can give us a call at 813-749-1200.
You seem confident in that number.
Yeah, called it a few times.
So what other training does the fire department also offer to the community?
So we do offer a variety of programs.
A lot, yeah.
Like I said, the family and friends we do offer, year-round as well. But if you do need a little more in-depth a course that comes with certification, we do offer the Heart Saver CPR AED course. This is a 4-hour training course. Like I said, it's a little more in-depth. Same format, video, watch as you go and learn and practice. You also receive some hands-on training in the use of automatic external defibrillator.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
It is, while it is hands-on, it is not live, so we don't shock any students.
I know some dummies you could use for that.
The training does cost $20 per person, and if you do need a certification, that's another $20.
So are they using dummies, like the pumping things? And
Yes, so we do have
torsos, I should say.
Yeah, they are just torsos meant for practicing CPR and giving rescue breaths and that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool.
So we also through American Heart Association offer a first aid course as well. So it's a 3-hour course. Yep.
Nice.
It's available for anybody that with limited or no medical training that may need a course completion card for their job or school or any other requirements. Students will learn critical skills such as how to treat bleeding, sprains, broken bones, shock, and other first aid emergencies.
Not like the Girl Scouts where you get a twig and wrap it around your broken bone with a bandana. A little more extreme.
Yeah, a little more in depth than that.
That's good.
Along those lines. And it's really teaching people how to respond and manage to emergencies in those first few minutes until EMS personnel arrives.
Wonderful.
And that course does cost $25 per
Okay.
person. What else do we have? So babysitting safety classes.
That's
we've
important.
been approached by Girl Scouts, that are
for a badge,
looking for that badge.
Oh.
Yep. So, babysitting is not just about watching the children, but being responsible for their safety and well-being. So, we have an in-house curriculum that was created to, give them some things to watch for and provide some instruction in that area. So we do provide a certificate of completion at the end of that and charge $15 a person for
That's
that.
not bad.
So, now, the last thing I probably would mention is the fire extinguisher hands-on training.
Oh, I bet that's fun.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Typically, we see local businesses take advantage of that. Certainly would offer it to a group of citizens that were interested. It's about an hour and a half of training, teaching the proper selection and use of various portable fire extinguishers. Does involve some hands-on training. We have a propane gas-fed prop that they can go out and practice putting out. So it does have some fun. There's no charge for that.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
So again, they just call Fire Rescue at
Yep.
813-749-1200.
Look, you know it.
Yeah, I do.
Well. Yeah.
Oh my! So with the temperature rising outside, backyard pools are becoming obviously popular with our residents. So a constant concern in our community is pool safety. We all need to keep our eyes on the kids, but especially around the pool area.
Yes.
Are there any pool safety tips that you can share with the audience?
Certainly. So, one of the most important things is provide barriers. You want to make sure that your pool's covered on all sides of the water by at least a 4-foot high fence. From your house leading out to the pool, you want to make sure doorways that are leading out to that area are self-closing, have some self-latching hardware. If the door handle is not at least 54 inches, which is pretty high, put some kind of child safety lock on that. All doors and windows leading from the house to the pool should have some kind of alarm on. So if your child does...
little escape artist.
Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm. They are. So if they do get out, that you'll know right away. With that said, you never leave a child in the water or near the water alone. We know they're quick little guys and girls too, so they get away quick. If you are having a big social function, we suggest you have somebody that's in charge of keeping an eye on the pool. And never assume that somebody else is watching your child.
No doubt.
So, shouldn't rely on floaties or floating tools to protect your child from drowning. Make sure you have a telephone close by so you can call for help if needed. If you do have a pool and your child's missing, that's one of the first places you want to look because,
cool.
If they are in there, you want to make sure to get them out quickly. So if you do happen to find an unconscious child in the water, you want to yell for help and remove them immediately. Dial 911 and then start taking those instructions from that call taker. As we mentioned, we have free CPR courses. So,
good reminder.
CPR is another vital pool safety tip. So if you, have any questions, you can call that number as well. And,
what number is that?
We'll go through a pool safety survey with you. It's 813-749-1200.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for those valuable pool safety tips and information on the training programs available to our community. Ooh, my favorite part, the lightning round.
Lightning round.
So, Chief, what are you currently binge watching?
So we are finishing up the Jack Ryan series on Amazon Prime. I was always a fan of those movies.
I'm waiting for 3. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Got a few more episodes left. So.
Oh, good.
Yep.
And what is your favorite sports team?
Oh, that would be the Philadelphia Eagles.
No.
Yes.
I would have never, ever guessed that. Why the Eagles?
I just grew up watching them. My mom's family is all up in Philadelphia.
Oh.
My brother grew up there. I think it was a way that, my brother and I connected growing up. Interestingly enough, he at some point switched to a Patriots fan. So
That's worse.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my goodness. And then finally, let's see. Oh, here we go. Aw, early applause. So finally, we have tennis shoes or flip-flops?
Tennis shoes or flip-flops? I think I would have to go with tennis shoes.
Oh,
yeah.
Closed toes, being cautious there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Chief, for being our guest on our podcast. Special thanks to our awesome engineer, Mark McGinley. Now you can cue that. Be sure to follow and like the City of Oldsmar on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. To find our list of podcast segments, visit experienceoldsmar.com. I'm your host, Deb Vitrelli. Until next time, I invite you to check out all the great things you can do to truly experience Oldsmar.
Great.